Hey guys, I've been MIA for a minute. My whole family is getting over being sick this week, and so it's been tough, to make any videos or anything. The last few I actually posted were the ones that I just had recorded already, but I am almost better. I put on some makeup so you can't really tell, but we have all been struggling. Is that a fly? That is a fly. Seriously? Come on. We've all been struggling through this terrible cold that just came out of nowhere, because I never get sick ever, and so this has really sucked a lot. But I've got so many things to show you and so many different videos to upload that I'm going to make today, and I just wanted to drop in though and let you kind of know what's been going on. And it's just been a lot going on. We built a greenhouse together, me and the kids. I put Jenny on my back. This was before we were sick. We built a greenhouse and we started a bunch of seeds, and so we're getting our garden ready, and we're doing all kind. Oh my gosh, are you serious? It's spring. There's bugs in the house. Yay. But we're getting our seeds going and stuff like that. We got another puppy that we get to pick up next month that I'm really excited about. And I wallpapered the kitchen yesterday. I did. I wallpapered the kitchen. I've been talking about doing it forever. I wallpapered the kitchen, took a step backwards, and decided that I hated it, and then took it all off. So that was an event, all before 9 a.m. But, sometimes it feels good just to do something, even if it doesn't end up like you wanted it to. And even if it turns out to be something that you hated, you at least tried it, and I don't know, I do that. I was actually thinking today, because of a conversation that I had with Mike about ideas and stuff that I get. And I'm the kind of person that usually pulls the trigger slowly with certain things. I will research an idea for a really long time before I decide to do it. If it's something that I think is important, if it has to do with philosophy or health or, just different things that I expect change from, then I usually study them for a while before I even try it or try to implement it. But then I'm also completely the opposite direction with smaller things. So if it has to do with style, or if it has to do with decorating or art, or homeschooling, not in the philosophy or idea of homeschooling, but the idea of being able to change a lesson plan that. All the time, whenever I do a lesson plan, I write it in pencil, number one. And number two, it is a rough outline. I make a plan, and it's got a theme and a few topics that I want to hit on, or a few different characters that we want to learn about, or things that we want to learn about. But it is always subject to change. Always. And I don't know, that's something that's kind of happened through our life. Is Mike and we've been together for, oh my gosh, I think it's 17 years this year. We've been together for a very long time, and we've really learned to be adaptable and to kind of switch things up really quick and turn on a dime and do something else sometimes. And there's no shame in that. If you want to do something, then you change your mind, that's okay. And I think a lot of people hold themselves to things sometimes that are an unrealistic standard, just because they were oh, I said I'm going to do this, I need to do this. But it's totally okay to just stop, pivot, and go the other direction. We've done that a million times, so many times in our life. And actually one of the most recent ones that people that know me in real life know about is we did the RV thing. We did the full-time RV life thing a couple of years ago. We packed up we got rid of almost everything. And we packed up our kids, the two that we had at the time, just Silas and Phoebe, and we renovated the RV in my grandparents' driveway, and stayed in that and fixed it all up and stuff. And then Mike applied for a job on the other side of the country, and we got in it, and we went, and we stayed there for 7 months. So we had a really long vacation is what it was like. It was really fun. We had so much fun. We went to Yellowstone a bunch of times. But we decided that it was just not something that we wanted to do forever. And then I got pregnant with Janora on the adventure of our lifetime. And in Wyoming, at least where we were in one of the bigger towns, which is still tiny. It was close to Yellowstone, but not close to anything else really. Like it was like 3 hours to get to Target. There was a Walmart in town and a Kroger and like gas stations. And there might have been, was there food? There was some like fast food, but there wasn't much. Like we started a food scene. Like we were at the farmer's market selling delicious foods because we missed, we're from the Ann Arbor area, so we missed the culture and the food and art. And I really my experience there was so cool. I mean, like, how often do you get the chance to do something like that where you go on an adventure vacation where you live there for a long time? Like, it was so fun. Okay. And we got to teach the kids so much. They got to learn about all the different rocks and animals and things in there. So like for homeschooling, it was just a very rich thing. And we didn't suffer at all financially for taking a 7-month vacation, which is something that most people can't say. Like, it was so fun. It was so cool, but it was so much work. The maintenance and upkeep of RV life is not easy. It was a lot of work. And then, so after being there for a while, we settled down. We decided to get an apartment because I got pregnant and we wanted to have an apartment. And it was going to be a really cold winter and stuff. And like where we were was in like the basin. So it was a very like deserty kind of place. So it would get really hot. It was really dry. And so we decided, okay, let's get an apartment. We'll settle down there for a minute, see, what we want to do. Mike had a job and everything there, so it was no big deal. And we were selling a bunch of stuff at the farmer's market too. And I don't know, like it was Mike and I always, it's weird. We decide things like at the same time, and half the time one of us is thinking something and then go to them and we're like, this is what I think about this thing, and this is a big deal, and a splash of cold water in the face. And usually the other one's like, me too. I'm like, oh my gosh, well, that's good. So I was feeling like, oh gosh, I wish there were like some stores around here. Like, I'm ordering everything on Amazon. I ordered my furniture on Amazon, okay? And that is not easy. And I didn't like the doctors. And I went and saw the doctors, like the best doctors in the area. And I told them about a previous condition that I had in a previous pregnancy, and they didn't know what I was talking about. And that scared me. I was scared about that. And like, because with medical people, like I am very bossy, and I am very much my own advocate when it comes to health, and I want to know everything, and I want to know the statistics. Like, I called the coordinator that did all of the birthing center there, and I wanted to know the statistics of C-section versus like natural delivery and stuff like that, and whether or not they pushed for that stuff, because I just didn't know what to expect. I know what to expect in Ann Arbor, where there were like excellent doctors, and it was just, so anyway, so I'm asking them, and I got scared. And I told them, I'm like, I don't know, I'm really kind of scared to have a baby here. And that was kind of it. We were fine. Everything was going to be fine. We were going to figure that part out. And one day he looks at me and he goes, let's go back. Let's go home. And I'm like, what? Like, we haven't been here that long. Like, what do you mean? And he's like, let's go home. And I'm like, okay, well, get a job there. We'll go back. Let's just get a job there, right? So he calls one of his friends, and they tell him about a job posting, and he applies for the job posting, same way we did to go there, gets the job, and we moved back. And we stayed at my grandparents' house until we found a place, and not in the RV, like we stayed inside their house, and in a sunroom. It was actually really funny because you don't know how bright the moon is until you sleep under it every day. So we're sleeping under a glass ceiling, and like when the moon was full, it was hard to sleep. Like, we were like putting pillows over our faces, like, oh my gosh. And so anyway, we ended up finding a little tiny modular home, okay, on Facebook Marketplace within 30 minutes of it posting for like an outrageous price. It was just absolutely the cheapest price I've ever seen for a house. We went and saw it. I'm like, I don't know. So we go look at it, and it was in good condition. It's not pretty or anything, but Mike looks at me, because I was actually like, I don't know, Mike. Like, the price is so right. Like, we could pay for this thing in cash right now, be done, and have a place to live, to put our kids and everything. And he goes, listen. I was like, let me go outside. Let's go outside for a second. Let me take a minute. Because, like, we were in line with, like, 20 other people to buy this house, right? And we were the first people to see it. And so I was like, give me 5 minutes. So we go outside, and he told me, he's like, it's got good bones. Like, it's, you know, it's in good condition. And you know how to fix ugly. He's like, you love decorating? This is going to be a new project. I was like, you're right. Okay. And so we did, and I love my house. It's little and tiny. It's bigger than an RV, but it's little, and it fits all of us, and it's beautiful now. And we've worked hard on it, and it makes me really happy to do that. But had we not changed our mind and said, you know, I don't know about this. Like, I'm done. I want to go somewhere where we can stay and everything's easy. Like, don't have to worry about dumping tanks or anything. You could just flush the toilet and not think about it, right? And have more space, like a bigger refrigerator and things like that. And, you know, if we wouldn't have said, like, it's okay to change your mind, let's go do something else, we'd still be there right now. And, like, I'm really happy that we're here. I love where we are. I wouldn't have been able to cloth diaper either there because, I mean, I could have. I guess I could have. I did have a washer and dryer there, but I wasn't as, I don't know. I now I have my own washing machine and my own, like, laundry room, and I love it. So anyway, that's me rambling about some thoughts that I had this morning with Mike while we were talking. He's sick now too. And yeah, we were just chatting about, like, the way, like, certain things we are, like, very much like, okay, we're going to decide. We're going to think about this for a really long time. And then some things we're like, okay, let's go right now. And it really depends. Like, there's no rhyme or reason. I can't say that I'm, like, a planner, and I can't say that I'm, like, all the way spontaneous. It's definitely, like, situational for me, and it's situational for him. And I think that's okay. You know, like, making plans too far in advance makes me feel a little bit nervous. Like, I do. I'm like, so much can change in 3 weeks, and I have 3 kids, and it's just going to be crazy. But I'm also, like, somebody calls me, he's like, let's go somewhere right now. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So it's just weird. I don't know. I was talking to a couple of people about that, and I thought I'd share it here. So yeah, I'm back, sort of. I'm super sick, but I'm going to make a few videos for you guys today and upload them, you know, every few days until we're better. So wish us luck in getting better. The kids got through it pretty quick. I've stayed sick the longest, and Mike's just starting it. So wish us luck, and I'll talk to you guys soon. If you like this video, give it a like. If you want to see more videos like this and, you know, other things, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you guys next time.